This Protoman review is brought to you by Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store, the ultimate in toys.
So I wanted to do something different for 2015, and I promised that I was going to be doing a lot of weird bootlegs and weird Transformer stuff that I've collected throughout the years. Stuff that a lot of people don't talk about because it usually isn't a mainstream figure or something. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about was one of the first bootlegs I ever owned of Transformers, and it was a really weird one that has a little bit of history to it. And so I present to you, let's call him Red Deathsaurus, Red Geist, bootleg. I'll explain the story. So this is Protoman and this is Protoretro, and so let's do this.
Protoretro.
Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a loaded video. I'm using some big boys here, some big expensive guys in the background to kind of explain more of the story. Now, back in 1996, pretty much around the time when my return to Transformers was its most prevalent, during that Beast Wars era, I was hunting for a ton of G1 toys to really build back my collection throughout the years. And through my hunting, I came across this guy. Now, at the time, back in 1996, I had no clue who it was, but it was a transforming robot, and I knew that it wasn't Power Rangers, and I knew that it wasn't GoBots, and especially the limited extent of my knowledge of other robots back then. Hey, even Protoman had to start from humble beginnings of knowledge. But then in 1997, getting really close with the community and stuff, I learned that he was related to this dude here, Deathsaurus, and yeah, there's two of them back there. I have two of them back there to show both modes. It'll just make it easier than having to mess with a $1,000 Transformer toy both times. And when I saw Deathsaurus through really bad real player videos back in the day of Transformer Victory episodes, and thanks to my buddy Hydra and the old crew back in the day, BotCon, what? I learned that this was Deathsaurus, but looking at it carefully, there was a lot of little differences. Now, again, people are probably screaming at the scene going, oh, hey, it's Red Geist, it's the Brave toy. Actually, it isn't. Red Geist doesn't have a painted beak, he has blue eyes, he doesn't have these metal hooks hanging from different areas, and just a really weird figure. And the research that I've done throughout the years really didn't bring up much. I mean, there was a bootleg similar to this called Star Warrior, which came with pretty much a red castrated wing version of Lionizer, and didn't come with Eagler. And it came with a red version of Deathsaurus' weapon, but it didn't have these metal things here, and it didn't have that, and the colors didn't match up to mine, and just very weird. And to this day, I still like, I mean, I've seen different bootlegs in red, but nothing that really matches my weird one. And I just wanted to just do a video about it because it was so bizarre. And I mean, like here, I'm going to just show here next to an actual Deathsaurus. Now, you could already notice one big difference is a height thing. There's also little molded differences too, the wheels and stuff, and he's just a weird figure. Very weird figure. Very weird. Now, granted, yes, again, Red Geist was also a remolded Deathsaurus, but from Brave, but there's too many differences even from the Red Geist mold. So it's just very bizarre. And, I mean, he still does the Breastmaster gimmick. I mean, let's just transform Lionizer here quickly. You know, it still goes inside. Added a little tighter than it should because, I mean, there is a mild remold to it, but it still does the gimmick even though he's a little taller and everything. And, there we go. That's all I need is a expensive toy to break on camera. Wouldn't be the first time that happened. See Protoman GPS issue. Anyways. But yeah, very weird. And here, I'll just transform it quickly. I mean, it's kind of big for the camera, but let me just do this as fast as possible for you guys so I could show you how bizarre. And I mean, when I first got this toy, I honestly thought it was like a chicken. Again, before I knew of Deathsaurus and everything. But I thought it was like a chicken transformer or something. Like, I had no idea what I was messing with at the time. And it was just really weird. And I don't know. It was really weird toy, and messing with it all those years and just trying to figure out what its story is was even more bizarre. And I mean, the wheels just made it even more confusing for me when I was trying to figure out, again, not knowing what Brave was at the time or anything like that. I mean, again, there's not much space on my display here to show, but I mean, even the face and the little gimmick with the... Also, keep in mind, it doesn't have wings. It doesn't have wings at all, and I mean, even the previous bootlegs I've seen of it don't have the wings too. So that was something that was kind of prevalent with it, but just really bizarre. Really weird, really weird bootleg I've always had. And just wanted to share with you guys, maybe someone out there also has one very similar to mine. I don't know. Maybe someone has a mint in box one. This one also is, I mean, it doesn't really come through on the camera, but also pretty yellowed, this one. And the funny thing is, and this is the craziest thing of all, this isn't the first one I've handled, because through my hunting, I actually encountered another one exactly like this one in more or less, actually in worse condition, more rough condition than this one. And didn't have any other accessories. I actually had less because it was broken in so many places. Was just as yellowed. And the mystery continued. I ended up selling that one to another collector, but the mystery was never solved. And I mean, Deathsaurus was always one of those figures that, one of those characters rather, that kind of had a lot of stuff going for him. I mean, outside of that Victory toy, he had the PVCs, the two different ones with the chase figure. He had the Kabaya releases. He had the Botcon character. I mean, this is just another layer to that mythos of that character, and now bootlegs of that mythos of that character, which leads to even more confusing things. I don't know. Give me a shout. Let me know what you think. But really bizarre, and we're gonna be seeing a lot more weird bootlegs from the pathos of Protoman. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of stuff out there. So anyways, this is Protoman Protoretro, and this has been a video review of the Très Bizarre, the very weird, very bizarre indeed, Red Geist, Red Deathsaurus Transformer bootleg. I'm gonna have fun finding a title for this video. Till then, guys, take care and roll out.